SUGA's shocking decision not only left a huge question mark among the public, but also triggered an emotional reaction from Jungkook, even prompting JIN to speak out seriously. What really happened behind the scenes of BTS that provoked such a deep response from the members themselves? Why did SUGA's decision make Jungkook cry and leave ARMY in silence? JIN's statement in a recent closed session revealed the tension that had long been hidden. In a tone more serious than usual, JIN conveyed that the decision made by SUGA was the result of lengthy consideration and a heavy emotional burden. But the most surprising part was his confession that Jungkook cried upon hearing the decision. "I had never seen Jungkook that sad before," said JIN with a face that seemed to hold back emotions. The decision in question was not merely about a music project or solo activity. According to JIN, it was related to SUGA's personal future and his position within BTS going forward. This immediately sparked speculation among fans, especially since there was no official clarification directly from the agency. In such a closed-off situation, JIN's statement became the only window for the public to understand the internal dynamics taking place within BTS. JIN openly revealed that the decision sparked debates among the members. "None of us expected SUGA to take such a step. Even Jungkook, who usually can hold in his emotions, this time truly couldn't hide his sadness," said JIN. He added that when the decision was announced internally, the group atmosphere became very silent and tense. ARMY, who heard snippets of this news through social media and online discussions, also fell silent. Their reaction was not only out of empathy for Jungkook or shock over SUGA's decision, but also due to the realization that the bond between BTS members is more complex and fragile than it has appeared on the surface. Many fans expressed that they felt afraid of losing something, even though they didn't yet know what SUGA had actually decided. In this context, JIN took on the role of a bridge between the members and ARMY. He tried to ease the anxiety by saying that although SUGA's decision was hard to accept, all the members were trying to support one another. However, he also did not hide the fact that the impact was still being felt to this day. "We haven't fully recovered from that news," he said without elaborating further. Various interpretations began to surface. Some suspected that SUGA decided not to continue full activities with the group after military service. Others speculated that the decision was related to mental or physical health issues that had been kept private. Some fans even suspected that SUGA wanted to take a long break from the entertainment world or focus on a behind-the-scenes career as a producer. But until now, not a single official statement has confirmed any of these speculations. What is clear is that the impact on Jungkook was significant. JIN said that Jungkook felt the loss of a hyung he had always looked up to in many ways, both musically and personally. "Jungkook feels like something inside him has broken. We all can feel it," said JIN, affirming that the moment was one of the most emotional in the group's journey. On the other hand, ARMY showed strong solidarity by not pushing for more information and choosing to respect the members' privacy. But their silence is not meaningless. It actually reflects the immense worry that is currently surrounding the global fan community. Many stated that this is not just an ordinary difficult phase, but perhaps a turning point in BTS's history. Some entertainment industry analysts in South Korea also began to speak out, saying that this situation shows a major change in the group's internal dynamics. They observed that BTS, as an entity that has grown beyond the status of a regular idol group, is now facing a deeper existential challenge. Individual member decisions, like the one made by SUGA, can no longer be seen as merely personal steps, but have significant implications for the direction and future of BTS as a whole. But to this day, the public is still waiting for an official statement from HYB or Big Hit regarding SUGA's decision. But JIN has opened the door to serious questions that can no longer be ignored. If the decision was powerful enough to make Jungkook cry, what does it mean for BTS going forward? And is ARMY ready to accept a new reality that may soon arrive? This article does not aim to conclude, but rather to raise the tension that now hangs over BTS's big name. JIN has spoken, and with that, the public has begun to realize that behind BTS's glittering light, there is a heavy burden they are now bearing together, or perhaps slowly, separately. But behind all the emotional narratives that have developed, one fundamental question emerges that must not be ignored. Did all of this really happen? Or are we witnessing a narrative construction by social media that cleverly manipulates public emotion for the sake of virality and digital presence? When Jin spoke with a serious expression about SUGA's decision and Jungkook's tears, the public quickly concluded there was a major conflict. But are those conclusions truly based on evidence, or merely reactions to unverified fragments of information? This phenomenon, which initially spread through platforms like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, to snippets of discussions on Twitter and online communities, shows how narratives can form not based on concrete facts, but on emotions packaged visually and virally. Who first spread the story? Where is the original source of Jin's statement? Were his quotes delivered in full context, or cut and twisted for a particular purpose? The public, especially ARMY, faces a moral dilemma: to believe something that deeply touches their feelings, or to hold back from being trapped in a narrative that may not be valid. This is not just about truth or lies, but about integrity in managing emotions and information. Do we, as media consumers, still have full control over what we believe? Or have we become victims of algorithms and sensations designed to steer opinion? These questions are not meant to dismiss the possibility that SUGA's decision did happen and that Jungkook truly cried over it. But we must be honest. How much evidence do we actually have? Has any official media confirmed this narrative? Why does an agency like HYB remain silent? And what is the motive behind their silence? Are they allowing the issue to grow wildly as a form of public loyalty testing? Or are they themselves not yet ready to reveal more complex facts? We should also ask, why did this issue go viral so quickly? Is it because the public has become so used to BTS's warmth that any crack in their relationship feels like a collective tragedy? Or is it because some social media circles deliberately exploit ARMY's psychological vulnerability for interactions, likes, and content monetization? In an era where the line between reality and perception is so blurred, it's hard to distinguish what truly happened and what was constructed. That's why it is important for all of us to pause and ask, am I thinking or just feeling? This kind of reflective attitude is the key to dealing with today's flood of information. Not everything that touches the heart deserves full trust. Not everything widely discussed is fact. In fact, the more viral an issue becomes, the more likely it has been strategically engineered. As a global fan community, ARMY has a vital role in maintaining information health. Will we continue spreading unverified narratives, or start forming a rational and responsible discussion culture? Are we willing to accept that most of what we know about BTS's internal conflict might just be speculation? And if it is indeed speculation, why are we so quick to believe, even feel sad, angry, and swept away? The bitter reality is that much of the content currently circulating on TikTok, YouTube, and other social